What's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back, you guys. Happy Vlogmas. This is Vlogmas Day 8. I'm super excited about it. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 4 more days of Vlogmas, you guys. And I believe I can run on. I believe I can run on and see what the end's gonna be, you guys. Listen. So I wanted to come on here today and encourage you guys once again. I had a young lady at work yesterday that I was talking to briefly, and she got a little choked up because, of course, around this time of year, everybody wants somebody to take to the Christmas parties and family functions and stuff like that, and she doesn't have a significant other, and apparently she hasn't really had a significant other in a little while. And she was just feeling bad about it, you know. And then, you know, that's something that you're kind of used to. It's pretty typical, especially for a woman. And then it's pretty typical, especially around the holidays, you know what I mean? Because we are taught in this society that you have to have someone in order to be complete. And that's a hard thing to sort of deprogram yourself from. Also, as humans, we naturally want to be with other humans. Like, that's a natural, you know, type of reaction. You know, dogs want to be in packs, birds flock together. Humans, naturally, it takes a lot to override that desire to be with other humans. It does. So I'm not knocking anybody, although I've been able to override it successfully, in the sense that I don't really worry about it. I really relish my alone time, and I enjoy going places and being in a place where I can talk to anybody in there and not feel like I've got to focus on one individual. So that's neither here nor there. But so, you know, I just wanted to encourage her and talk to her, and I thought, you know what, this might be a good Vlogmas, because like I was telling her, she started to kind of get down on herself because she felt like somebody told her she was built bad, and she felt like that's why she wasn't getting a mate. And, you know, she just started to tear herself down. And I wasn't here for any of that. I wasn't here for any of that, because nobody needs to find fault with themselves wholly and completely. You don't need to have this whole list of why somebody might not be with you. Now, maybe you do have something on your list that's a turnoff to some people, but it won't be a turnoff to all people. And that's just the way that it is. It's somebody out there for everybody. I don't care what they tell you. You fat and you sloppy, it's a man out there that finds that attractive. If you not needy, it's a man out there that just don't find women whose knees are apart attractive. That's just the way it is. It's a man out there that like large breasts. I promise you, it's a whole slew of men out there that like small breasts. There's men out there that they call chubby chasers that like large sized women. It's men out there who prefer their women to look a little bit more slim, you know, small, you know, not as filled out. I dated a guy one time that was into hairy armpits. This was many, many years ago, before men like they women to shave down and look like little babies. They wanted you to be completely hairless. That was it. This completely shaving your whole body, it was not always the case, you guys. Go back, look in some of them old pornos. You will see everybody had hair. But anyway, he liked underarms, and he liked to smell them. He liked to breathe them in deeply. Now, you know, this was in my 20s, so I didn't think anything was strange necessarily about it. I did think it was strange that that's the thing that turned him on. Like, that's the thing that got him going. But I always remember that. I remember that because it just solidified that there is somebody out there in this world for everybody. I worked at a store one time called Upton's part-time. A full-time job, part-time. I would work at this store called Upton's. Upton's used to be real popular. They're like a Kohl's. But inside the Upton's was a shoe department. In that shoe department, there was a girl that worked there, and she was so hairy that the company made her wear stockings because some people had come in shopping and they were offended at how hairy her legs were. So she always wore stockings. I mean, she had like a full beard that could grow up under here, and you could tell that she had struggled with it. She had a lot of little bumps, and from where she had been just, you know, had to really quickly get the hair off and shave it, and they became, you know, ingrown and all of that, you know, all the things that come with shaving. She had this issue, and I mean, her hair would be so long it would grow through the stockings. Like when she would put the stockings on, not grow through the stockings, but it would be curling outside of the stockings, through the stockings. But she had a boyfriend that loved her. He brought her lunch every day. He dropped her off at work. He came to pick her up. You know, all of that. He loved her, but he loved her hairy draws, okay? It's somebody out there for everybody. And I feel like it's nothing wrong with dating online. If you like to be on Tinder or Bumble or whatever other programs, there are apps out there where people like to find each other, I don't see anything wrong with that. You just have to be safe and you have to be cautious. Sometimes dating men online is like dating a man in jail. You know what I'm saying? You talk to them for long enough, you fall in love with them, with their mind and their conversation, and when you finally get with them, you realize, yeah. But I feel like this: if you're gonna go online, be honest. Put your honest pictures out there of who you are, what you look like, all of that, because that's your biggest audience. If you hairy and you know that's something that you just have decided, I'm not gonna shave my legs no more, man gonna have to love me for what I look like, and you know what I'm saying, take a picture of your hairy legs and put them out there on the World Wide Web. It's gonna be a man out there that think your legs are beautiful. You know, that's just what it is. You know, I mean, you can't say I've got these imperfections and this is why I don't have a man. That might be why some men aren't hitting on you, but it's not why you don't it's not the only reason you don't have somebody. It could be because you haven't met that person yet, or you know, it's a lot of different reasons why people aren't linked up. But at the same time, you can't dim your own light. You can't try to change who you are in this drastic type way or hide it from people. It's best for you to embrace whatever that is and celebrate it, and you will find that there is somebody else out there who will embrace it and who will celebrate it as well. You know, but really, a lot of the reasons why people don't hook up, they don't link up, is because they don't get out. You got to get out. That's why I support dating online, because that's a very large audience that you're not going to get running back and forth to the store, that you might not get in the Walmart. But online, people go through your pictures, they hit you up, they talk to you a little bit. You know, you might have better success with that, especially if you're looking for a certain niche, you know, a certain type of guy. So that's why I support that dating online situation. Again, you just have to be very, very careful. You know, you can't be inviting people to your house and then you trying to go to their house and you trying to meet them somewhere private. Nope. We need witnesses. Always keep you a couple of 2-3 witnesses around. And then, you know, pay the $15 it take to run a background check on somebody. It used to be $15. It might be $20 now, but I say pay it. Run a background check on people. That's something you really should be doing anyway. If you meet some dude off the street, you ought to run a background check on them. All you really need is their age, and their full name. You might need to find out what high school they went to, how long they lived in a certain county, just so you can pinpoint on the list who it actually is you have pulled up the background report on. But yeah, I mean, it's more than one way to skin a cat out there, boys and girls. It really, really is. You just have to be smart about it, and you can't give up on yourself. You just cannot give up on yourself. If you consider yourself a weirdo, I promise you there's a weirdo out there for you. There's a whole group of weirdos. If it's people out there that enjoy having sex in animal costumes and they got a whole group, trust me, girl, you can find you somebody. Trust me, dude, you can find you somebody. I promise you. It's somebody out there for everybody. And that's just the truth. Okay, you have to navigate within those parameters, but I think those parameters are very broad and it's doable. All right, so don't let nobody get you down, and don't have no whole list of shit that you consider to be your flaws, and you don't have a list that's doubly as long that you consider to be some of your best assets. Don't ever, ever, ever let the devil trick you into thinking you're not good enough. That you're not good enough. Don't do that. Whoever you are, whatever is going on in your life, whatever your physical limitations are, there is someone out there for you. I got a girlfriend who has a type of sclerosis where she really doesn't have a waistline. She's all legs and then she's upper body. And she was married 29 years. Son and a daughter. Yeah. I got another friend I used to work with back in the day at a communications company, and she is probably a good 395 easy. And on top of that, she's not the most put together individual, meaning she brush her teeth and she wash her body, but that's it. Every time I have ever seen her in all the years I have known her, she has never not had a food stain on the front of her shirt. Never. I have always seen her. She has always had food or crumbs on her clothes. She love to eat. Love to scratch off. Love to play lotto. But I'm told she get hit on left and right. Right and left. Like no problem. You know, so what? She doesn't like to wipe her mouth. You know what I'm saying? Or pay attention when she eats. It's somebody out there that obviously finds it attractive. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta just, I mean, it is what it is. So that's what I wanted to tell you guys. First of all, the first thing, let's just recap. It's okay that you don't have someone right now. It won't be that way always. It won't. And two, don't ever have a list of what you consider to be your flaws, and it is so much longer than what you consider those lists, those gifts, those things that you consider to be wonderful things about you. That list should always be longer than your negativity list about yourself. Always. You know, and again, this goes back to what I've been saying about confidence. You got to have a measure of confidence. You got to rock that thing. You got to do that thing, because a lot of times what men are attracted to has nothing to do with the physical. A lot of times what men and women both are attracted to is a certain measure of confidence. All right, that insecurity, all of that, it can be as unattractive as, you know, I don't know, a wart with hair growing out of it. If you're not into warts and hair. Some people are into warts and hair. I don't know, but you know, confidence can be very attractive. So be you know, be confident in who you are and embrace who you are. I'm not saying you shouldn't work on yourself or work on your weight or work on those things that you want to change, but also you have to carry yourself with a measure of confidence as well. And lastly, don't let people tell you you gotta meet somebody in church, you gotta meet somebody at the gas station, that you can't go online. You can date somebody from online. You just gotta be smart about it. It's a huge audience. Why wouldn't you put yourself out there? You know, do your hair, do your makeup, if that's what you into. If not, just take you some great selfies, doing some great activities, participating in great things, and put them out there and see if there won't be somebody. It's gonna be a lot of creeps that try to talk to you, but it's gonna be somebody out there too that look at that picture and is like, that is a beautiful, hairy, 400-pound woman. I would love to take her to dinner. I love his bald head. Oh, let's see if he's open for meeting for coffee. You know, so those are my tips, you guys. Let me know. I would love to know personally. Put them down in the comments below. Have you guys ever dated someone with a strange fetish? Like, you had no idea, like perfectly nice individual, but they was into little things, you know what I'm saying? Like feet, you know, pinky toes. Oh my gosh, ears. I dated a guy that was obsessed with this part of your body right here, that little part right there. Yeah, they out there. So I want to know if you guys have ever dated anybody with a fetish. Okay, you guys, happy Vlogmas. That's all I got for y'all today. Until next time, honeybees. Mwah, 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 mwah.